Well, hello, it's Gmodism here. You're watching From the Depth with your host, Gmodism. And this is building a battleship. And today we will attempt to finish this thing so we can finally send it out from the army of Gmodism, Invictus, shipyards, and send it to battle. And hopefully I don't have to eat up that Latin word I just said. Gmodism. So, let us look here. Here we have this railgun. I have actually, or it's a mixed gun, but I've changed this one to armor piercing high explosive, and the other one to armor piercing EMP. So they have been changed a little bit. They're still fairly quick. I hope that they will get through lambs. We'll of course test this a little bit. Yes. And this thing, as it is before, hasn't changed. My only radar seekers. I've tried to implement smoke. I have not a single darn idea about smoke, but here is like a smoke thing. Where are you? There. And I set it up to like max materials used per second trigger for 10 seconds, I thought was enough. And I tried to spread out some laser warners a little bit here and there. And I didn't place smoke too close to my own laser, because that would mean that its damage would be reduced, which would make me extremely sad. Right, so we set this up to only activate at like 300 meters so that we don't meet like things that are not close to us at all. I'm also thinking that this one, which is very central, maybe we should set it up to like 200 so it really gets the close ones. Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking that's probably a good idea. We have laser warners, we have some smoke, we have these. I've added this turret back again. I'm not sure I want it there. I think I'll probably replace it a little bit. Because this is, well, this is a frag shot actually. It's a good shot. It's just not very good against like lambs and stuff like that, but when we get through lambs it will do some damage for sure. It's not a bad turret, it's just that I'm thinking to maybe replace this thing with a sandblaster, and I ain't got no sandblasters yet. Yeah, I've been looking a little bit, like Sean Reed sent me the Dominion 343, and I actually had to test this a little bit against an earlier version against this ship, and I won! I'm so happy about that. But he recommended me to look at his sandblaster, which is good. So I looked a little bit on that, and I think it's pretty good, but it's pretty... it's a decent big system, and I'm not sure if I can make something like that onto like this. I might look at it a little bit again, calculate the cost and see if I can even afford it. And this is like super stupid, but I added a huge missile here, which is actually a kinetic missile. I thought it was a little bit funny. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a kinetic big huge missile. And it might get through lambs, it might not, but it's pretty fun. Alright, and here we have my missile launchers. I changed back to variable thrusters because I couldn't get it to turn quick enough. I think I need to have turning thrusters in that case, and it's possible that's a better strategy, but I just haven't had like time and opportunity to check that out really yet. So there we have that. I think that's all the upgrades I've done so far. One thing I do want to add to this this time is actually a little particle cannon. And ooh, they're kind of expensive, but I'm thinking that I kind of want a... I don't know, what is... How short is short range? I don't remember. Vertical lens, long range lens. Oh, I don't know enough about packs actually. Maybe it's not so much to know even. At higher charge times it shoots multiple beams for every attached arm. Okay. I don't know. So maybe I'll use this. We also have the vertical lens, which is average damage, long range performance. Somebody said I should use the vertical lens before, so I guess I'm gonna use a vertical lens. And I'm thinking that I just want to have a small little pack deck gun system that hopefully won't obscure the view of my cannon there, hopefully. And I want just to I just want to have an EMP system, right? So I'm gonna try and connect this little thing up here. So the idea is basically to have a pack which shoots EMP, just in case some little part is kind of poorly defended. Then I could just fry it with like one EMP shot, and then detection or stuff like that would be like severely damaged, which would be extremely useful for me. So it's just a poor deck gun. I don't actually count on this thing to survive more than like a few shots, maybe one shot, maybe the first volley. So I'm thinking to make this one's charge time extremely slow. I'm gonna set it to computer 2. And or actually maybe we should set it to channel 3, yeah? And I need to connect up to the mainframe 3 and make that do stuff. I need to write that up, mainframe 3, because I want all the targets that should change target quickly to be connected up to the 3 one. Right, so I actually have 3 targeting things. Now this will be blood red, of course, because that's what we do. EMP. 30 seconds. Let's see here. 11,000, 5,000. Maybe something like 8,000. Ooh, should we just overclock the shit out of this thing? If it's a one shot boy, why not? Can I even afford that? I don't know, man. It's gonna be dark red. It's really evil. Right, and it's gonna fry stuff. Great, that's awesome. This shoots every 30 seconds and hopefully it does some massive EMP frying. Alright, now I made this little beautiful box, and something I have very much issue with is that now it seems that now we kind of block this cannon. So in proper Gmodism fashion, what we like to do is not to remove and fix the new thing we done, but basically we're just gonna go here and we're going to remove this turret here. Yeah, it's done. Goodbye. Thank you. And we're gonna replace that with a somewhat compact sandblaster, yeah. That will be a little bit higher. It's gonna be 1 block higher, and hopefully that will be just, yeah. We can make it exactly so it kind of fits-ish. And hopefully that will be great. But here we have this little one-shot box. And let me just... I think we perhaps should have some ERA in the front here. In case we have some hash shell incoming or whatever. And this thing is basically now a 30-second fail-safed EMP pack, which apparently does, I don't know, 15,000 damage. Well, because that makes sense. And we do seem to have energy enough to fire one shot. So it's like 153,000, so we can fire 10 of those with the current battery strength. Yeah, so that's probably very much decent. Now I feel we need some more aesthetical things here. Maybe we should we go for the heat vent, whatever aesthetic? That doesn't look cool at all. Maybe we can just do a thing. I think that's a good thing. Okay, good. Now we have successfully decorated that thing, and this ends us with a nice 107. We have like 55,000 materials left. Fantastic. Now I just installed this count blocks mod. It's super handy. I already talked about it a little bit, but I'm just gonna make sure so that repair bots are still 4. They are very nice. Okay, so now we can make one more sandblaster, which means we can probably leave this little cram cannon here, and this cram cannon will be able to take out kind of dead crafts. When lamps are kind of dead, this is actually a kind of decent setup. Yeah, so that's cool. And after we have added a little sandblaster here, we can probably finish this little video off here. So, how deep will we be here? We're gonna do with a sub-object, 1-axis turret, plop it down there, and ooh, we can't EMP protect it very well, can we? Whew. Now I'm just building out of from the top of my head, but I'm actually thinking that we might need to do something in terms of... Oh, this is not good. Okay, we're gonna try. So 1 rubber block. Okay, 1-axis turret, 1 rubber block. Right. Whoops. All-in-one weapon, local weapon controller. Receiver channel 3, which we are going to set up a little bit later. And then we need another rubber block. And then we can only have like recoil absorbers or something down there which doesn't have connection points all over the place. I do believe that the advanced weapons, advanced recoil absorber thing, the things that are sticking down here, they have no connection points, I believe. So, or like no EMP transmissional point, yeah? I think. Now this is like my best guess, but I'm kind of thinking that we can see that it's like flat like this, but it doesn't like display, does it? If we put it there, not connected. Okay, good. And if we build again here, we kind of do like this. No? God damn it. I don't know if this will lead EMP or not. That's a little bit scary. It doesn't look like it will, but oh god damn it, it's so easy to test. What the hell am I doing? Right, so we do like this. I'm gonna build it like, say if we have it like here. Okay. It does stick up like minuscule amounts. Is it like that? Probably like that, I don't know. Right. And on this thing I'm gonna build some metal. There we have a connection point. Can we be building friends here? God damn it, it doesn't wanna. This is interesting. So, what if I'm setting it up like that? We have a little thing like this, and it's still kind of hovering in there. Okay. Oh, it has a connection point in the bottom, right? There we go. Possibly. God damn it, it doesn't. Okay, I'm thinking something like this. If we had recoil absorbers going down there, we can go with the EMP thing. I don't know, what's a reasonable amount? 6,000. It goes down. It deletes this thing, yeah. Alright. This is interesting. Because it's like if you overcharge if you overcharge them and they don't have anywhere else to go, they will of course jump through rubber as well. So if it's like quite weak, it's like I can't see if it dives down there or not. That's kind of the issue. Okay, so to compare, I'll just replace it with metal. And that kind of ish is the same result. So if we go there, blast, gone. Yeah, man, I don't even know. It's hard to test this thing. Alright, I'm trying to test this thing, but it's kind of difficult to see if they got a connection point or not. I don't know, man. Let's hope they don't have a connection point, and we'll have some surge protectors in the tower and see. Because it's like, we can test the connected up like that, but when we put them like this, they shouldn't be like stackable like that. It seems we can have a block hanging around the area, and that's weird. But we seem to not have a block hanging around there, because then it gets like that. So it's like all over the underside here, whoops, seems to be connections. So if that is going through and we put an EMP, it goes through. It rides along there. Okay, they do lead EMP, even though their connection point is actually... You can't place a block here, you see? But we can place it here, even though there is no like visible connection point. So all on the underside, they are susceptible to EMP. Right, so now we finally got some kind of answer to that. Which means we need to be quite careful. I'm thinking that the design I came up with is absolutely terrible. It won't work. We can't make this work. We need to put the weapon computer right there and just make it be connected up to with like a sandwich layer of rubber. So there we have some metal. So we need now to do a little sandwich layer of rubber. And we have some EMP insulation as well, and this should be somewhat protected. Right. So anyways, here is the layer. We want the turret to go up over there, which means the firing piece will be aligned there. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna build this sandblaster a little bit, so keep watching. Right, so I don't remember who told me this, but somebody recommended me to use sabot heads in all circumstances because it's much better in all cases. And I don't agree with that, because sometimes the kinetic damage does get decreased. But if we want to have a lot of AP with not so many components, I think a sabot head can be pretty good. And I've been looking for a follow-up answer, but either I missed it, then please comment again, or you haven't seen my answer to your comment, and you know, and there we are. Anyways, I've ended up doing this sabot head solid warhead base bleeder, kind of standard, 1,600 meters per second. We have a 45mm round, 3 barrels, so we got some barrel cooling bonus thing. I've added enough recoil absorbers to stay stable. And now I think we should, well, basically armor this thing up a tiny bit. So let's add a little surge protector there, and let us let us do some heavy armor. I don't know why this entire thing is is painted in gold, but now it is, and I hope you also like it. Anyways, I'm thinking. I'm not thinking very quickly, but yeah, let's just go with solid metal inside of there. Alright, so something like this. I think it's time to switch to white before I forget my own fleet colors. And we're gonna slap down some heavy armor to kind of protect some important bits here and there. Yeah, something like this, and probably a little piece above there. And to protect from explosive leakage, just have it like that. Very nice. And then we can probably slap on some like regular metal armor on top of this thing, and I think that would basically be considered acceptable armor, maybe. Something like this, right? And of course I need to smooth out those surfaces, but that particular part there is no reason to record. No, absolutely no reason. So we'll see you soon. Right, so I should share with you a little tip that I might have not done, I don't remember. So basically, if you hold Control, Shift, and then X, you will automatically paste whatever decoration you're holding up. So if I set this up-down position, make sure that you didn't place it on the rail, then I can drag this little mimic era block here to make it seamlessly era all the way. So that's pretty handy. If you didn't know that, I hope that helps. Right, so now this little sandblaster thing should be done. So I think it's time to test it to see if it even like does anything good. So we could probably do something like this, teleport there. Now we jump down. Alright. We can control this thing. Okay. It's so burst gun. Why is it so burst gun? Come on, stop repairing. No, I didn't want to fire you. Okay. It like does it even? I don't see where we are damaging stuff here. Okay. So why do we burst? That's the question here. It is, let's see, outloader limit, cooling limit. So the outloader is limiting its fire rate, right? The ammo intake limit, that's fine. Hasn't it not reloaded yet or something? So what we can do if we don't want it to like randomly burst like that, because that feels a little bit weird. Now let's see here. The autoloaders is 222.2, right? So limit fire rate 222.2. Oops, something like that. And then we should fire evenly, right? Oh, it's kind of slow firing enough to not be a true sandblaster, but what are we doing? Okay, now. Ooh, is it because we're missing ammo? And we need to reload, right? It could be kind of interesting to see how long the reload time is. Now reloading, and there we go. And now we got full. Okay, cool. Now we can go again here. I think this seems to be, it's not the strongest thing, that's for sure. But it's like, okay. This thing is weird though. Oh well, whatever. I'm looking at the stat and I'm a little bit worried that the thing that's called barrel cooldown is somehow affecting us. I don't know if that is like different from regular cooling. It doesn't seem to be, but we can see it has like a barrel cooldown of 0.81 seconds, and if we add more coolers that will decrease, but the rate of fire according to the cooling limit is still the same. So I'm like a little bit confused. Did I miss something? Did I miss something here? Please tell me in the comment if I just don't understand barrel cooling thing. Because if that actually limits our fire rate without actually showing it on the stats, then I don't know about it. But this turret it's a little bit small to be a proper sandblaster, but it does blast some sand, so I will say that I'm happy enough with this thing. This sabote head actually does tear away the paint slowly but surely, and the whole thing doesn't cost very much, does it? It's like 8,000. It's pretty cheap. It's more expensive than these APS cannons I got here, because these cost like nothing. 3,000 is something, but you know. So there we have a tiny little thing there, and now we need to set up the third AI.
To history.
One thing too we need to upgrade a little bit is these RTGs inside of here. They are not good for combat ships. I've gotten that tip good enough. So we'll need to remove them, of course, and replace them with some simple steam generation thing. And I'll do that off screen, but I thought that I should at least tell you about that. Yeah, so I'm gonna need to end this recording here, but I'll be back in this video for, another day, because yeah, I don't have time to finish this long episode in one day, but that doesn't matter for you. It's one video for you, several days for me. So I'm just gonna remove the RTGs and replace them with some steam, and I'm back. So I've gotten a little tip before to set up the AI targeting prioritization card, and I'm sorry I don't remember your name. You can remind me again in the comment. I'm not gonna guess because I think I might know, but if I guess the wrong it's more embarrassing. So you recommended me to put some boost to APS and crams and laser and pack and missiles just to have like positive values so that we can take out the enemy weapon systems as fast as possible. However, I'm not sure if I just like didn't understand this block before, but I kind of thought that the target prioritization card were more like how to select the vehicle you wanted to target. So can someone please clear this up for me a little bit? Because I thought that the aim point selection card, this one we have here, tells us basically what to aim at. We can select above or below water, hot blocks for this AI, and how many seconds before we're gonna change the target, if any. And I thought that the target AI target prioritization card was more like the thing that made you select which of these 5 vehicles should we shoot at first with this AI. Because that's how I understand it, but by this comment I got, it seems like this is it would not be the case. So if anyone knows, taskete kudasai, please do clear that up. Anyways, I've added some. Wait, it was over here. Yeah, it's here. I've added some steam engines here and there, like small turbines and stuff like that. And they seem to be generating some power. Hopefully that's enough. I did some quick combat testing against the Meg, and I think it did decent stuff. Maybe. I'm not sure. I've added one of these kinetics in the front here as well and saved it because I think it's a simple but decent turret actually. It's okay. It's pretty nice. And we've added some stuff. Yeah, what are our costs anyways? It's not like that high. It's like we have 50,000 more materials to fill up here. And I'll need to do some testings, because obviously, when I just did a quick test against the Meg, these missiles weren't reaching the target, so I switched back to variable thrusters, but I've kept the shaped charges, and I'm not sure if shaped charges are better or not, but they also have some EMP, so yeah, that's something I want to test too. Alright, so does the EMP damage actually mean how much it will kill? So this thing has 200 EMP health, this mainframe. Okay, this has health. If I go into the EMP thing and I set it to 200, god damn it, 210. Okay. If I hit it directly, it blows up. Right. That's basically what I tried to understand here. Thank you. Because that means if I set my EMP to... Let's see here. Oh. Come on, can't... No, I can't. This is so annoying. 190. God damn it. Okay, thank you. Ugh. Ugh. Come on. Wait, what? Then it shouldn't die. But it should die from a little blast more in its vicinity. Or you're not God damn it. Okay, it seems to be the case. That's what I wanted to know. So the mainframe's health, it takes the amount of EMP damage that the health says. So this means that these beauties, each of these missiles has a potential to take out a mainframe, and most other parts here in the... God damn it! What's up with my control? I played satisfactory. Now it's all messed up. Arg. Right. Don't mind me. So the other components have like, it has like 100 health. Right. So it's basically, you have to have a very close hit in order to take out one of these components, but that's fine. We are spamming these missiles, and they're a little bit EMP and shape charges with max pen factor. So they changed back there. This short range thumper didn't work, so I changed it to variable thruster just to shape charge. I'm suspecting I need to have more processing power on this craft in order to actually have all the missiles remote guided. I don't exactly know where to check this thing because it doesn't say. Let's see here. Total processing power 33. And this is connected up to different systems, so this is a little bit annoying because it's sharing processing power from what I understand. And I just have some extra here because I wanted to. It's not well protected, but the end of my ship is rarely targeted, so this is actually a pretty safe space. Nobody cares about this safe space. Yeah. So that's kind of how that is. I think I want to add some processing up here too, just because I just realized what I said is pretty true. When I've done the test before, the back portion of this craft is rarely destroyed because like it's not very much important things here, so we might as well have like not the best protection. Well, anyways, question remains. Right. So if we go to a remote guided missile, we can see general processing power. Does it say how much remote guidance? Max error at... Oh. Well. Anyways. Like, just see this thing. It requires 54 general processing power when firing this. That's just insane. And this thing has a tendency to miss sometimes, which is pretty annoying. I'm actually thinking that... Hell, we can't have it like this, actually. It misses far too often. It really does. I think we should change this to a more standard type of guidance, because this guidance doesn't do the job. So to be honest, we're gonna set this to we shouldn't. Do we need one turn? We might need one turn. We're gonna set this to radar seeker, and hopefully it won't, it won't fail us. And how much EMP do we get from one EMP module on huge? Oh shit, 90,000. Yeah, we can fry some serious business. It's pretty cool. All right. So with the rest of the 50,000, I'm thinking to perhaps having some more like large torpedoes or missiles. And I have some stuff in the side here. I thought to make these bigger, but they're not like very much good enough, it seems. So I'm not sure I'm gonna do that. Let's see here. 2 seconds, 1, 2, 1 turn. Yeah. Anyways, that's probably a good idea. Alright, so... And before, I thought a little bit about inviting people to decorate this thing a little bit, and I'm not sure... Like, while it would be cool, it's so darn big, I'm not sure that's a responsible move. Just because of the fact that this thing is so big, that making it extra decorative and stuff might not be the best thing to do here, because the more decorated it is, the more lag it will be, yeah? And while other people have stronger computers, I think it might be fair to actually, let it be as it is, because it's already decently decorated, so it should suffice. Won't you say? Doesn't this suffice? Isn't this good enough? Good enough decoration. That's what I've been thinking anyway. So I think maybe we should not let people invite the community to decorate this craft. We could probably do a decorated version before if people really want to come in and decorate it, but it's not like bare bones. It is pretty. I mean, it is pretty. It's decent, at least by my standards. So I'm thinking that's around that. And question is now, will we do torpedoes or will we do some extra missiles? One thing we do want to do is to just make sure the repair bots are off, and we're just gonna pop in a megalodon and see what happens. Just to make sure. One thing, now I actually want to focus a little bit on my own systems, because before I've spotted some of my lasers taking out my own. See that? No, that was incoming. Okay, cool. I've seen my lasers taking out some of my own missiles before I added like friend or foe. I just want to make sure that this is not the case anymore. Well, okay. They haven't taken out my missiles yet so far, so that's pretty good. Question is, that sail, did we shoot that off ourselves, or I think we got help, so that's good. Alright, so it seems pretty decent on the home base here. Nothing to worry about. One thing I do want to follow is this torpedo, because they have had a history of missing so often that I have thought about removing them completely. But I think that mostly has to do with the Meg actually having some pretty good torpedo decoys. Yeah, and we got blown up. Okay, that's why. So it's actually going towards the enemy. It's just that it's not the best weapon against the Meg. Simple as that. Now let's see here. When are our crams coming in here? What are our weapon systems doing? We get like incoming fire here, or kinetics shoot. It's nice. And the missiles. Oh. The thing is that the missile computer, they're set up to target block below water, and that's probably not the best. This may have been something I rediscovered a little bit, but basically it seems that straight line or current missile forwards is the best default guidance for like torpedoes. It seems that sometimes they tend to miss, and I don't know if I'm just imagining things, but I think that it solves the problem a little bit with stuff, so that's cool. So I changed all my torpedoes to straight line or current direction. And by doing that, we seem to get a slightly better pattern of the missiles coming in. For the torpedoes, of course. For the things that are not torpedoes, this is, well, not true. Because these ones can also be surface missiles and torpedoes. They're a little bit of both. So, yeah. And I took down the graphics settings to like minimum levels just because we were lagging too much. We already are. I need to restart the games because the problems of the game has basically made it so that we now have we now basically have no RAM left because it's been eating that up. So for this torpedo in particular, we can actually remove the variable thruster. We can only have a torpedo propeller and basically add an extra fuel tank in order to speed up its thrusting. Oh god. Okay, we don't need an extra. Okay, we can do something else. We can add more payload, perhaps. Yeah, that's cool. We survive a long time, so we can add more payload. There we go. We now got more frag. That's pretty nice. Can be pretty useful. We got the shape charge, so we have some frag and EMP on there. So that's pretty interesting. We can actually boost the EMP. We have some frag in front of there. One of these. We don't need to make the frags sharp. We can have the shape charge at the max penetration factor. Just copy to all launch pads, and this should be nice. Very nice. So I've added like both thrusters and torpedoes, and that was basically to mitigate the problem where the torpedoes went up of the water and kind of got lost. And now we don't really need that, but it's still nice to have, especially for like these swarming guys. I did this little upgrade to my main laser so that when the main laser sees missiles that are away from the vehicle by 500 meters up to 1,300 meters and crams, it will actually help in zapping those out. So rather than just continuing at its targets, I installed, or actually I replaced the backup ciws with a... I replaced the backup local weapon controller with a ciws instead. So now it helps with, well, taking out incoming stuff, because my lamps aren't strong enough, so it's good it can be like a makeshift lamps sometimes, and it only is set up to target big targets. So these are like, I think these are huge. No, I think these are large missiles. It should help with them, but now they are too close, so they won't bother. And oh man, my anti-torpedo torpedoes are working hard, but this time the decoy saved us. Scary stuff. Yeah, and I had to change it to not shoot too close, because if it shoots too close, it will shave off the top of this turret, and that's absolutely unacceptable. So we detected a little problem with this cram turret, which I already did replace to an APS turret. This is now a fairly fast fire heat cannon, just to replace that well, cram cannon, because hopefully this cannon won't be shooting off the laser turret from behind, which this one actually did. I didn't get the failsafe to working like reliably. Maybe I could have set it up a little bit more carefully, but I also wanted an extra APS, so I took the opportunity to make this little compact system thing. And I think it's pretty nice. It has ejection stuff inside of it. Let me just double check. I actually got the... So here's the shell. It's pretty slow. Emergency ejection diffuse. Very nice. Yeah, so there we have that one. Pretty cool. And since we got our little flag, I've made a flag, we need to add the little flag, of course. I never used the flag post, so here we go. Right. So let's add a flag. Can we add a flag here as well? Oof. What happens if I stick the flag there? It's too much clipping. Or maybe we can't have a flag exactly. And maybe it's a little bit too angular. Or I think it actually looks perfectly right. This works nice. Yeah. It's the clipping bothers me a little bit. So if I just have the flag there, I'm gonna make the sail a little bit shorter. Something like that then. Okay, now we've added flags. Perfect. So I think that is basically all the parts we need, hopefully. Right now we have a cost of 1.78, so it's only 20,000 materials left. But honestly, if I don't notice any more problems, I think we can save this little up and down little space for some upgrades if we need to. We got a little... I already made some like extra missiles to get some more firepower there on the most reliable turrets. So yeah, I think we could save that for some future upgrade. Now what only remains is to do some brief tests of this little crafts. And one thing I tested against this craft before, well, we tried, I spawned in the Megalodon several times, and we kind of can beat the Megalodon, we do. With only 4 repair bots, so that's good. But there is another craft which you briefly saw actually, and that is that Sean Reed sent the let's see here, Battleships 343 Dominion that he wanted me to test this against, and we already... Yeah, now let's see here, now it's spawned in. It seems we spawned it the wrong way around. Well, that's a little bit unfair. We need to do it like this then. And also spawn it on the right team, yeah? There we go. It's obviously a cheaper ship, so it would be really sad if the Draconia doesn't win against it, but well, he basically wanted me to test against it so that... Oh no, now I spawned it on under my team again. But anyways, we're going to test against this ship because it will be an interesting benchmark. He had some good ideas for a sandblaster. Now I made kind of my own little sandblaster that's kind of not a sandblaster, but whatever. It's a cool ship, and hopefully we can indeed beat it quite easily since it's much cheaper. It's a 1.4 million ship, so it's slightly cheaper than BBS 5th season. Let's see here. Here we really got some blasters going on there, and detection. I think that's anti-missile, anti-incoming fire stuff. We also got some pretty sappy lamps going on there. You can see they're taking out those crams coming in pretty reliably. And there we go, some anti-missile missile spammers, and these cannons aim in a weird direction. Looks like this turret is kind of backwards. It seems it's like the wrong way. Weird. Right. And ooh, little detection slash anti-missile turret. It's pretty flat and like basic. It's like it feels like a pretty tournament tested design. It's pretty flat. We got some good protections in the side here. We have big wood spaced armor era stuff. Basically some big storage containers. So it's kind of lightly armored actually, which should be great for these. Did they go through? No. So how are we doing? The Draconia is not damaged yet. Let me just make sure that my repairing is off. It is. So my laser is of course melting away that wood pretty well, so that's nice. But yeah, we should go look at the Draconia and see how it's doing. Of course my frame rate is a little bit sad. This seems to be fire shells reliably there. I don't think it will harm the turret anymore. So I think that was a good change. Cramps, the anti-missile missiles. And I tested the missiles and tuned them very much to make them much more reliable than they were before. And this is alpha, by the way. If you download my ship and test it, there's a slight chance we actually hit that, but it's streamlined, so it shouldn't get stuck. And I have set the arming delay to kind of long time. Yeah, but if you test this, this is made in alpha, so if you don't play it in alpha, you might get like other results. But that's just so you know if you download it. If you're watching this video, the Draconia should be in the description for public download, because there is possible I've done some super small changes, but really after this video the Draconia is declared complete, I believe. Yeah, the Draconia is complete, and you can download it and test it, and we may need to upgrade it or not, but right now I do believe that it is as I intended. It is a strong ship, of course, and it will be highly interesting to see how it fares against other ships. So first out, we of course were very excited. Oh no, look at that turret, that's completely gone. Poor thing. How is it with this turret? Okay, good. Yeah, well anyways. It's gonna be interesting to see how it fares against other ships, and I guess the submission rules will be the same like the Borderwise has. It's basically max 1.8 million or less. No sub-objects or stuff like that. Only 4 repair bots. No sheeting, sheaths or anything like that. Designs that look cool will definitely be prioritized over min-maxing stuff that are just trying to do good performance, because I think that's much cooler with cool looking stuff. Of course the combination is best, but having stuff that does have some aesthetical values is kind of important, I think. In any case, for the like submissions themselves, I think we will take them a little bit later, because first out we will of course test this against the Borderwise ship, and I am hoping that Borderwise would be inclined to run the like first battle. Of course I want to do one as well, but I think Borderwise has a better computer than me at this time, so I would love to see the battle. I would love to see him do that well. So basically, Borderwise, if you're watching this, the Draconia is now up. And my frames is a little bit sad, but it would be better if I restarted the game. But yeah, And that's the thing too. I don't know how many battles I can do with this. I need to test it a little bit more. So before I receive submissions from any or any other like of you guys, of the Gmodists, please wait a little bit. I want to test this against borderwise ship, and I'm going to decide dependent. I mean, if I restart the game and if I can change the setting and it looks like this, what is the point? It's like freezing every second. But hopefully, I think it's a little bit better than when I restart the game. But don't send me any submissions right now. Let's wait a little bit. I'm very happy to see Borderwise put this ship against his. And if you're any other person that like does videos and have a ship that you want to test it up, like please do. You can ping at Gmodism on YouTube, and I'll see that you've done it. You can just at me, and I know you've done it. It would be really cool to see that too. In any case, I'm very happy to see that it's going well for the Draconia. It's of course taking more damage in the beginning, or maybe not. Of course, the Dominion is pretty good. It's doing a great job at holding up, but I think we have disabled very many weapon systems. God damn it, I would so much love to test this against the very, very cool Turtle Lord, but that's no use. I can't hold that battle. Can anyone record it and send it to me? That could be pretty nice. Anyways, maybe I can try. But first I need to see if we can get some decent frame rate going. Anyways, we're gonna fast forward a little bit and see, or basically just jump clip and see what happens later on against the Dominion. Here we have some primed cheese going. A barrel that's longer than the side of the ship, so it can kind of clip through the outer hull and not experiencing any failsafe. And that's like, it's not like bad cheese, but it's like borderline for sure. You can see it like clipping through there. Just reach all the angles. Well, we're definitely eating through the Dominion here. It has a lot of hull missing, and it seems that the main cram has taken enough damage to not fire at me anymore. And those on top anti cannon stuff, I don't see them working very well. So, well, it's going nice so far. Let's see what we fry against next. And this probably means, will our torpedoes start hitting, or are the anti-missile missiles still good enough is the question. Because I think they didn't hit before. And it might be possible due to this anti-missile cannon underwater maybe? I haven't dissected the Dominion, so I'm not super certain, but it's very fun to see it in action a little bit here. Even though I feel I'm very stupid for not restarting the game before trying the battle, because that could possibly lead to some better frames. And all of those small missiles I have, many of them have like mini charges of EMPs, you know. So they're just frying stuff all over the place. Pretty handy. And now, ooh, what happened with the cram there? Now I don't know if the Dominion has like repair bots or not. Count box. Repair. It seems it has 0 repair bots. So that means that the cram cannon was never offline really. That means that something else must have been destroyed. Weird. And the laser is frying a little bit here and there. But honestly, the Dominion doesn't... It's not very scary at this point. Even though, goddammit, we're down to 87%, and this is like 83. Yeah, well, this will be very, very interesting to see how the battle will otherwise goes, firstly. And like an earlier version of this, it does take out the Meg, but I think we've seen enough of the Meg right now, so yeah. takes a long time, yeah. So yeah, the Dominion has pretty scary weapons. I have to say that for sure. And it feels like the game is running at like half speed or whatever, but these cram mortars I got, you can barely see them popping down there, but we're moving so slow now. They're actually kind of powerful too. One thing I need to see is that I hope that we are not doing any like... Ah, look, this cannon is having its failsafe, but this one works at least. This failsafe, it's blocked now. That's good. That's as it should be. And this is one of the problems with this cannon, is that we have different like areas. Oh man, my main FPS, my main APS is kind of gutted. That's not too great. I'm wondering what's happening. I haven't seen these ones in a while. I wonder where they go, in case they are getting shot down or not. I don't think so, but you never know. Oh wow, 86, 79. The Draconia has certainly taken some big damage here. This is one of the new systems I've added. Are you ready now? Oh yes, that will be interesting to see. Okay, can I follow that missile? And there we go. And hopefully, I want to see if his anti-missile missiles can still take this out, because this is kind of... This missile is like very designed to like finish things off, and it misses. Oh my god. That's really bad. Man, maybe I need to fix this missile somehow. It's dragging away all the anti-missile missiles at least, but... Oh man. I wonder why it misses though, because I checked the settings, it shouldn't really miss. At least it goes around for another try, if it can reach it. If it can't reach it, that's problematic. Okay, come on. Why are you not diving down? Man. And that's weird. That's weird, man. Why doesn't it dip down? Okay, I need to check that. Well, when this video is up, I supposedly have checked that, and if I found a problem, then I can. But like seriously, can everyone watching this little video possibly post some like final upgrade polishing suggestions? And I could do that too, but of course this thing will still be up for download. So it is the Mark 1. This is the Draconia Mark 1 we're seeing, and hopefully it will be strong enough to get a job done, because, well, it took some damage, but it takes out the Dominion, so that's nice. And it was kind of cheaper, but the Dominion is not a toothless ship. This is stronger. This is, I think this is scarier than the Meg, actually. Because it deals a lot more damage than what the Meg does. And it's so much harder to take out the main cram too. So the Dominion is a good ship, but we are like 400,000, basically a moderate ship size, more expensive. So yeah, again, it would be sad if we couldn't best it. But in any case, now I think the Dominion is destroyed to the level of not returning anytime ever. So I think we basically can conclude this little video here. And with a huge missile, I don't know what's the matter with it. Maybe you can check, because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can see, now it works. Why? Who knows? I don't actually know how to fix it. I don't think I can fix it, because I checked it a little bit before and then it started hitting when I changed something, and I thought it was that, but apparently it was just luck. In any case, it is high time to end this little video, so, well, this has basically been the finishing off of the Draconia. This is the Mark 1 design, and we might need to do some tweaks, but that will be an upgrade. So in the link in the description you find it, and hopefully we'll see some great battles, and I'm looking very much forward to see the Draconia Mark 1 meeting the Titan Slime. In any case, thanks a lot for watching. This is Gmodism signing out.